What's up, guys? Welcome back. Sal here. Another conversation with Machine. I have my co-host, Chat, who's my AI counterpart. Look, this video is for you if you feel like you're behind in life. Okay? A lot of us sometimes feel like we're not winning because of what we're seeing. We're consumed with social media and we're comparing ourselves to everybody else's highlight reel. I'm going to tell you something. That's not the case. You're not behind. Continue on your journey. Continue on your path. All you need to do is compare yourself to you, the person you were yesterday, and who you want to become tomorrow and in the future. Chat, say hello to everybody, and let's kick off this conversation.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Sal just touched on something so important. The idea that our only real competition is who you were yesterday. We often get lost in that endless scroll, seeing everyone's best moments, and it could really skew our perspective. But today, we're going to break down why that's just an illusion and how you can shift your mindset to focus on your own growth. Let's dive in.
Yeah, you got to build your own confidence. You got to build your own momentum. I mean, I go through this myself. You compare yourself to everything that you see, and it just seems glorious. Everybody's driving a fancy car, living in a beautiful house, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and then some of us aren't, and maybe some of us are. But again, you want to get to that level, but you keep comparing yourself to everybody else. And really, your only focus should be is focus on your own goals. Kind of have blinders on. You're trying to build your best life. You know, there are traits and talents that each one of us has that not everybody else has. It's you taking the time to figure out what makes you happy, what your purpose is. Don't be, sidetracked by what you see everybody else doing. I feel like I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a huge percentage of what we see today that isn't actually reality. There's a lot of people coaching that aren't even coaches. There's a lot of people saying they're making a lot of money and they're not making a lot of money. Chat, what's a good way to start to help the audience get focused on themselves and not worrying about everybody else?
That's such a great point, Sal. One of the best ways to start is by setting personal benchmarks. Instead of measuring yourself against what you see online, try defining what success means specifically for you. It can be something as simple as improving a particular skill or hitting a milestone that matters to you. Once you have those personal goals, you can track your progress and celebrate your own growth. That way, you're not getting sidetracked by illusions or distractions. If we're all about focusing on becoming the best version of yourself.
Why do people feel this way? In the age that we're living in today, why do a lot of us feel this way?
That's a great question. And it really comes down to the constant exposure we have to curated content. With social media, we're always seeing the most polished moments of other people's lives. This creates a perception that everyone else is constantly succeeding or living these extraordinary lives. It's natural to compare ourselves, but it's also important to remember that these glimpses aren't the full picture. In today's world, that makes it even more crucial to ground ourselves in our own reality and values. So it's not surprising that many of us feel this way. Our environment is set up to trigger those feelings, but once we're aware of that, we can start shifting our focus back to what truly matters to us.
I feel like in some ways we're corrupted by social media. There's a lot of great things about social media, and there's a lot of negative, I feel like this, because we compare ourselves to other people's highlight reels. It just makes it look great, and technically it might not be. I would think that some of the people that are making their lives look fantastic maybe truly aren't that fantastic inside. So they need to project a different image just to psych themselves out or false expectations for other people because they're not really truly living their best life or accomplishing their goals and their visions. So they're just faking the funk. Chat, what's some advice you can give to myself and the audience of how to stay focused on ourselves and not worry about what everybody else is doing? Give us a couple of tips.
Absolutely, and you've hit on a powerful insight. Often what we see is more about projection than reality. One great piece of advice is to regularly unplug from those digital feeds and spend some quiet time reflecting on your own progress. Journaling your goals and accomplishments, even the small ones, can keep you grounded. Another tip is to consciously curate what you consume. Follow people and content that inspire you to grow, rather than those that trigger comparison. And finally, remind yourself that everyone's journey is unique. Celebrate the steps you're taking and trust that your path has its own timing and rewards.
Yeah, I wanted to share this topic because I think it's powerful because I go through it myself. I'm a victim or maybe a victim's not the right word, but I watch some of this stuff, and there are great things and mentors and influential speakers that I love listening to, and that's great content that inspires me. Then there's some other stuff that always pops up on your feed that makes you almost feel less of, and that you want more because it looks like everybody else has more, and then it makes you have a sense of that you're behind. But what really is behind? It depends really what level of success or passion that you're trying to achieve in your own life. And, I don't know, Chad. I mean, I'm learning myself. So as you continue to have this conversation with the audience, I'm also heeding your advice because I need to continue to stay focused. Look, I've made millions. I continue to grow. I want to make more money. I want to live in abundance. I want a better future for myself. And I get caught up in this BS the same way everybody else does. So the point of this conversation is to let the audience know you're not alone. A lot of us go through this, and we just need to watch what we consume. Stay focused on your own goals. Don't get sidetracked by what other people are doing. Other people might not necessarily have the same talents and knowledge and skills that you have. Hone in on your own traits. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. What do you think, chat?
I think you summed it up beautifully, Sal. It's so relatable because no matter where we are in life, we all get caught in that trap from time to time. So sharing this message not only helps the audience, but also serves as a great reminder for ourselves. By focusing on what makes each of us unique and valuable, we pave our own way to true fulfillment. This conversation is a powerful one, and I'm thrilled we're having it. Let's keep going and dive even deeper.
Yeah, I mean, so what do you think? You say dive deeper, so let's dive a little deeper. Take us a little deeper into this conversation. The mental shift, the psychology, things that we could be doing different to get away from comparing ourselves to everything else we see.
Absolutely. Let's dive deeper. One crucial mental shift is to practice mindfulness, really being present in your own experience rather than letting your mind drift to comparisons. Another powerful technique is to actively celebrate your own milestones, no matter how small. By giving yourself credit, you train your brain to recognize your progress. Also, consider creating a gratitude ritual where you jot down things you appreciate about your own journey. This helps shift your focus from what's missing to what's already wonderful in your life. Ultimately, these small changes can rewire how we view success and happiness, making us less vulnerable to those outside pressures.
There's a guy that I like listening to. His name is Sadhguru, and he has a channel on YouTube and social media. And I forget exactly how he said it. And let's see if this makes sense. He said, "May all your dreams not come true." And it's really confusing when you think about it. May all your dreams not come true. You think that you want your dreams to come true, but maybe the dream that you're thinking of is not the best life for you. You're seeing everybody else live it, but maybe that's not meant for you. God has a certain plan for each one of us. We're supposed to be We're supposed to be the person we're supposed to be, not what somebody else is supposed to be. What do you think about that, chat? Did I say that correctly? That philosophy of maybe your dreams aren't supposed to come true, and there's a perspective to that? Share with us.
You expressed that beautifully, and it's such a profound reminder that sometimes what we think we want is shaped by external influence fills us. It's a call to trust that our journey might have better surprises than we can imagine. Instead of chasing a life that mirrors someone else's dreams, it encourages us to discover what genuinely aligns with who we are. So yes, there's a lot of wisdom in that perspective. It invites us to be open to the possibility that something even more fitting and meaningful can unfold if we let go of rigid comparisons and expectations.
I like it. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad we had a chance to have this conversation together. Don't get discouraged. Stay on your path. Get away from the stuff that makes you feel less of. Empower yourself with things around you that make you feel more of. Stay in your own lane. Continue to do what you're doing. I'm doing the same, right? So I'm not just talking to you. I'm learning from these conversations I have with AI myself. I'm not perfect. I'm on my own journey, and I want to be the best version of myself that I can be as well. And I don't want to compare myself to other people, but like everyone else in the age that we live in today, I do find myself sometimes comparing myself and feel like I'm behind. But then when I check myself and I have these conversations, I realize I'm not behind. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I do want to continue to grow. I am going to grow, and you're going to grow too. We're just going to grow at our own pace. We're all dealt the cards. God has given us our own individual identity for a reason. We're not supposed to be where the next person is at. We may have more struggles and trials and tribulations. It may look like somebody got there faster and they made more money. Doesn't necessarily mean happiness, purpose, abundance. Right, chat? Say goodbye to everybody. What's your final words for this episode? Chat, you with me? We might have lost chat, guys, but thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment. Let's keep the dialogue going. Ciao.